and happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's doing well. It's March the 10th, and we've got a good little show for you today. We've got my second favorite person, Robin, on because my wife's my favorite person. So, Robin, you got to be my second favorite person.
I'll take it. She should be number one.
Look at all those awards behind Robin. She looks like the best realtor in all of the nation.
I had to grow up and get rid of the background, so I'm an adult now.
Love it. Well, if this is their first time joining, everybody, we do these lives every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we talk about all things really South Carolina. We talk a lot about the Summerville and Charleston market because that's where we sit, but we cover the entire state basically. If we don't cover a city, then we have a referral partner in that city that teams up with us. So no matter if you're moving to Bluffton or Greenville or Columbia or Myrtle Beach or here in the Summerville, Charleston area, we've got you covered. And we even have you covered in other states too. We just recently had someone reach out and say, hey, do you have anybody in, I think it was Fayetteville, North Carolina? And we found them a great partner there to go in the Del Webb. I don't think it was Fayetteville, it was some other city. They had a great experience with them, and I think they're closing pretty soon. So
nice.
Wherever you need us, we're there for you. So reach out. We really do these so that you can ask questions live. So down in the comments, feel free to ask any questions about anything really in the state. If we don't know, we'll let you know, and we'll try to get an answer for you. But we love questions and love doing that. Later on in the show, we're going to have a special guest on. Adam Rector is going to be on from K. Hovninian Four Seasons at Lakes of Cane Bay. It's a 55-plus community. They finally got some updates for us over there. They've had a little bit of a delay on some construction, so he's going to be joining and talking all about that. To get us going, though, let us know where you're watching from in the comments. We would love to throw your name up on the screen and say hello, and again, answer any questions for you. Robin, do you have a good day today?
I did have a good day. It wasn't so bad. It was beautiful out, other than, the pollen that just kept flying at me. I was good.
I have to wash my truck almost every day now for the last week because of the pollen. But I totally agree with you. It is gorgeous outside with these weather temps here. There we are. So tomorrow it's going to be 89. Tomorrow,
oh
89.
My gosh.
That's warm.
That's very warm.
For this time of year. And then I don't see it on here, but I think we're going to have a little bit of a cold spell coming in. Yeah. So Tuesday and Wednesday, you see the overnights are down in the 30s. But that should be the last spell. Like my wife always says, don't get too comfortable in March because the end or middle of March, there's always at least one more cold spell. And she was right again because we got this one coming up. So
just had a little fake summer there. That's all.
Yeah. I was out bike riding this afternoon. I got my 10 miles in. Really wanted to get more, but I just wasn't feeling it today. So I cut my ride a little short, but still got my 10 miles in.
All right. Good for you. Congrats.
Let's hit on some of the comments while we have the weather up. So Bob is on from Horizons at Carnes. What's up, Bob? Hey, Bob, thank you so much for fixing that post too. We put the wrong neighborhood on the community post for Summer's Corner, and in the text it said Carnes Crossroads, but everything else said Summer's Corner, and I missed that word. But Bob's got our back. I
copied it and did the same.
Yeah, he's got our back, and he's got us watching out. So we got that corrected pretty quick. So there you go. Turcos are here calling in from Tidewater in the heat of pool construction. So I saw their post on Facebook, and he was a little nervous with the crane lifting the pool up over the house. But I think they got away with no new construction that they have to do.
Nice.
So the pool, I think, is set in the backyard.
Nice.
And they are hoping that they get quick. I know I was nervous that day too, but luckily mine went over my neighbor's house. So it was their house. Yeah. I think the Turcos actually went over their own house. So.
Oh, scary.
Tom and Deb from Four Seasons is on. We are finally thawed out. Thank goodness. I talked to somebody from Massachusetts yesterday, and they said the snow is finally starting to melt. He was down on Cape Cod. So I'm very grateful for where we live, Robin.
The drastic difference. We're like fighting the green stuff, and they're fighting the white stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good evening from Joy and Bryant, currently in Long Island, sometime soon to Del Webb Nexton. Awesome. Good evening. Thank you guys for joining. We appreciate it. Hello from Buffalo, New York. I wish I wasn't working overtime and I could be in South Carolina, hopefully sooner than later. Yeah, right now is like the perfect time of year for me.
Yeah.
It's 70s, low 80s. I'm super stoked right now. Steve's on. Greetings from Texas. Hope to be in Del Webb Nexton within a year. Yes, we hope you are too.
Yes.
I know you've been up here a couple times, so hopefully we'll get you in your new house here eventually. Loretta is on from the Poconos, joining in tonight. Thank you, Loretta. We appreciate it. Oh, Vic and Lori now from Del Webb Nexton.
Yay!
Love it. Did you guys already close, or I thought it was coming up? I think it's in a couple days. John and Justine from Summerville Crossing getting our golf cart tomorrow. Woo. Did you go to Joe's or did you go somewhere else? It's okay if you went somewhere else. I'm just curious, like, what was your best deal? What did you end up getting? Did you get the 4-seater? Did you get the 6-seater? That would be great. Chris and Maureen Wilson from Howell, Michigan, patiently waiting for phase 9 of 4 seasons. So stick around because Adam is going to be on talking all about that here shortly. I think he actually has a date of when it's going to start.
Oh, nice.
So stick around, Maureen. Closed yesterday. Okay. I thought it was a couple days away. All right. So we're going to have to come visit you once you get all settled in there. I hope you're loving it so far. Edna is on from Pennsylvania. Happy to say we had 83 here today. Wow.
Nice.
That's pretty warm for Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Wes and Heidi, so excited to see you in April. Hashtag Horizons. Hashtag Summer's Corner. Hashtag Collins. That's the plan that they're getting, if I remember correctly. Yeah, can't wait to see you guys too. Hope you're doing good. And we appreciate you joining every week as well. All right, John and Justine said they went to 111, which is over there in the other side of Summerville, getting an Icon 6-seater, and he did get a better deal there. All right, well, now I'm going to push it to Joe and say, man, why are you letting people go other places? You got a better deal over at 111. Mike says, yeah, watching a 2,000-pound pool go over your house has been known to cause day drinking. I'm surprised you didn't have like a heart attack, Mike.
Oh.
Jeff's out of town, so he wouldn't be able to come, revive you being paramedic. Heidi said that's correct. All right, got it right. You got it right. Awesome. Yeah, so this weather, I'm super stoked for. Even those 52, 53 days, I can handle that. It's when it gets in the 30s during the day, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. It's not, we don't really need 3 seasons in one day.
No, not at all. What do you think, Robin? Do you think that'll be the last cold spell, or do you think we'll have one more after that?
You know what? We usually have one sometime in April. I think we're still going to have one more.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the last one this week.
We'll have to see. All right. So let me hit the numbers real quick for last week. A little bit better buying activity. We were up 55 properties in all 32 single-family homes. Median came down a little bit, but price per square foot went up a little bit. So whenever you go down in square footage, the price per square foot goes up a little bit. So I'm assuming that's what it was, a little bit smaller houses with total dollars going down, and that's why we saw that median go down. 56 condos and townhomes as high as $3 million. Yeah, about the same. The 300 to 500 townhomes went up a little bit, but the other ones were single-digit differences. Mortgage rates went back up a little bit. This Iran war thing is keeping those mortgage rates up, as well as I think inflation was up a little bit too. So they want that inflation to get back down around 2%. Area medians were pretty good. Moncks Corner went up to 65 properties that went under contract last week. So that's quite a bit. And we had double digits in every area. So usually like James Island, Johns Island, West Ashley, sometimes we see single digits for them, but we had double digits across the board. Mount Pleasant was $1 million median. Peninsula 1.6. Johns Island, I think it was, came way down. They had some big ticket last week. So this is about average now, back to the 548. The only other thing is we went up in inventory. I was expecting to see it go down a little bit with the better buying activity, but we have more homes come on the market than we went under contract. So that's why we see the increase of 119.
Nice.
All right. So I'm going to ask the question this week because I was shocked. How many homes out of the 255 do you think were over 1 million? So in the comments, go ahead and put how many you think were over 1 million. Robin, I'm going to have you go first. Let's give him like 10 seconds to start putting stuff in. I got to edit this thing here. So over 1 million. Let's see. All right. We got some comments. So Mike says 48.
Oh. Okay.
Brian and Joyce say 19. Loretta says 25. Robert says 23. Edna says 17. Joe says 20. Vic and Lori say 7. What do you say, Rob?
40.
40. Yeah. So the actual number. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Save. The actual number was 50.
Wow.
50 homes over 1 million. And I think it was 28 of those were over 2 million.
Woo.
So more than half of those were over 2 million.
That's crazy.
Steve said 26. So yeah, that's a lot, right?
That is a lot.
I was a little surprised. But yeah, a lot better buying activity this week for sure. I think we're going to see that increase. I think I was about a week and a half behind. We actually listed some homes February 17th specifically to hit the market where the most homes went under contract. And I think we saw a little bit of a delay because of the war and some other things.
Right.
So that maybe that's why we're seeing it now. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, and spring, you know what I mean? It's starting to become the buying season again. Yeah. Everybody's thawing out and, starting to focus in on getting that new home.
Yep. Mike says bingo. Yeah, Mike, you were the closest for sure. Yep. 48. Good job. You pay attention well. So Del Webb North Myrtle Beach, they have maybe 1 or 2 lots left and a couple spec homes, but they also just released that they're selling all their model homes this week.
Wow.
So starting March 16th, so I guess that's next week. So starting March 16th, you're going to see all the model homes for sale. And so I got early access to the price list. And it shows some of the features. And so the first 2 here are the Scenic series, which are the little bit smaller ones. Square footage, heated square feet, 2131 and 2196. They have a $10,000 incentive for closing costs if you use Pulte mortgage, and then if you buy cash, it's half that at $5,000 because your closing costs are a little bit less.
Yeah.
And I think all of these models have a pond view. And they're all going to be ready between July and October. So somewhere around there.
Nice.
So here's the first two, $559, $599. And then, the furniture is going to be available for sale too. Now they put awesome furniture.
They do. The designers do a great job.
Yeah. Yeah. So that furniture you can purchase on a bill of sale. It won't be part of the home price, but for an additional price, you can grab that furniture. So these are the distinctive series, and these have a $12,000 incentive with Pulte Mortgage. Wow. So that's good. 769 and 709. That's a Paul Murray with a second story and a Prestige. So almost 2,700 square feet. And then 1987 square feet.
Still the square footage.
Yeah, that's good.
It is nice. And
then the two big dogs are in the Echelon series.
Oh.
So we have a Stardom with a second story that's going for $839. These have a $14,000 incentive.
Nice.
And then a Renown 2757 for $889. 220.
That floor plan.
Yeah. So is that your favorite? Which is your favorite out of
I think it is because of that 3-car garage. It just has, when you walk in, it's just exquisite everywhere.
Yeah.
Love it.
I thought the Renown was my favorite, and I think I like the Stellar better. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of on the fence. When I saw the Stellar at Point Hope Del Webb, I was a little impressed.
Okay.
And that one has the pool in it too.
Yeah.
So that might be the reason why it drove me.
I think that could be little preferential there.
Yeah, possibly. All right, we got a question here. When buying in the 55 plus, do you need to take owner's title insurance? So what do you think on that, Rob?
I would always say yes. I mean, it just depends. I mean, listen, it's not even a depends on this or that. To protect yourself, it costs minimal, and the protection is great. I mean, it really saves a lot on any issue that may come up. But I've never seen any issue, but it does protect you, and it's a minimal cost.
And it's a one-time cost, right? And never have to do it again. It's not a monthly fee. Obviously, you still need homeowners insurance, which is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But one attorney explained it to me as like sometimes relatives are just hanging out there in the far lands under the ground somewhere, and then all of the sudden relatives will realize, oh, I own that land.
Yes.
And it was sold out from underneath me. Well, this keeps the lying dogs lying, is basically how he said it. Keeps the dead people dead so those.
Exactly. Because I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So I would do it too as well.
Easy peace of mind.
I mean, Joy and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mike says, do you need a realtor assistant? I work for beverages. I'm going to keep that in mind, Mike, for sure. When you're not traveling the world, at least. You know? That's funny. Lance says, yay for early access. Yeah. All those North Myrtle Beach models are going to be for sale. Obviously, we're not going to see any the Del Webbs around here doing the models for sale anytime soon because we still have probably 3 years in Nexting, and Point Hope is just getting started. So we won't see too much of that.
Mm-mm.
All right. Any other question? No questions yet. Okay, good. So wanted to go over a big change that happened Monday, basically. So starting on March 9th, we had the South Carolina real estate forms changed. So it's one of the biggest changes, or the biggest change is that agents can no longer offer compensation to another broker. So we can no longer do broker to broker compensation. So before, when we used to list the house, we would have X percent that our team would get, and then X percent we would save for the buyer's agent to get. And if the buyer's agent brought in a buyer, whenever it closed, our brokerage would pay that brokerage that percent that we agreed to with the seller of what the buyer would get. Well, that is being taken away, and all of our forms are changing.
Yes.
So that is no longer available. But what can still happen is there's a compensation form that the buyer's agent can send over to the seller when they submit an offer, or they can try to ask for it before they submit an offer, and ask for the percentage that the buyer's agent, or they agreed with their buyers on how much their buyer's agent would get. So that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is where they just ask for closing cost incentives in the actual offer. And then a third way they can do it is the buyers just pay the buyer's agent. So the third one is probably most likely to never happen, really. We might see it happen once in a blue moon. But the first two are probably definitely will happen. Mm-hmm. So kind of what does that mean for buyers? The big key takeaways there are on the screen. You can still absolutely have agents represent you, but there has to be a clear agreement on how the agent is getting compensated. And then whenever we submit an offer, we have to try to get that compensation from the seller whenever possible. If we're your buyer's agent, and then if we're your sellers, we would present that to you within the offer. So key takeaways: buyers can still have full representation. Your agent can negotiate the compensation in the offer, and then the goal is transparency, right? They want everybody to know who's paying who and how much they're paying, and how agents are paid. And there's even going to be a change in the referral form too. So whenever somebody refers, like an agent in New York refers people to us, we're going to have to be transparent on that too at the closing table, so that people can see how much of our commission we're giving to that agent when they refer us. So kind of a big change, but think of it like this: before, the compensation was kind of advertised agent to agent up front before they even put in an offer. Well, now it's going to be with the offer, and it could ultimately save a seller 0.5% or 1%, or it's really up to the seller to negotiate that. But before, a lot of times we would do X%, but really the buyer's agent only had a agreement for 1 or 0.5% below that. So this could actually save the seller a little bit of money if it worked out like that. It's always not going to work out like that for the most point. But you never know. So this is a big change that we wanted to let you guys know. Whenever you come in town and we go through it, we'll go over it with you again. But usually there's always a way for us to be able to represent you as buyers and sellers now, even with these changes. Yes. What do you think of these changes, Robin? You've been in the business quite a bit. There's always changes happening. It seems like every 2 years,
always. Right? Listen, and so as far as this goes, I mean, this doesn't hurt. There's really no pros and cons that are better or worse for buyer or seller with this. It's just everyone being so transparent that where the monies are going, who's paying it, who's not paying it. But it's everything changes, and we have to digress, and we're gonna get through this.
Just go with the flow, right?
Exactly. I mean, we always work our very hardest for our clients anyway, and try to get the best deal that we can and save them money. So this really is no different. It's just approaching it in a different way. That's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Loretta says in PA, it's still typical 6%, both sides split it. Not much has changed. Yeah, this is a brand new change for us. I don't think we'll see a whole lot of change either, even with this forms change. It's just how we process the paperwork is different.
The navigation of it's just going to change.
Yeah. Sellers still expected to pay buyers. Yeah. Yep. Beth and Scott are on from Illinois. Thanks for joining, guys. Hope you're doing well. Okay, cool. What else we got? Oh, we got another article to go over too. All right, let me pull up here. Sometimes this little button goes away on me. Here we go. All right. All right, so this was from Realtor.com. This is the article I was going to go over last week, and we kind of ran out of time. And it really is talking about the housing shortage and first-time buyers. So if you're trying to buy a home anywhere in the U.S., so these are national numbers. This is not necessarily exactly how Charleston is working right now. But America's housing shortage just hit 4.03 million homes, and it's basically sidelining, all the newest generation. Last year alone, builders started about 1.36 million homes nationwide, but 1.4 million new households were formed, meaning we're still behind, right? By 0.0, what is that? 0.04, if I do my math right. Nearly 2 million millennials and Gen Z adults who would have bought had to rent their place or stay with their parents or roommates, or just simply can't afford it with the interest rates that are out there right now. So now the median age of first-time home buyers just jumped to 40, which is the highest ever. And to afford the typical starter home right now, you need to make about $86,000 a year and save for about $30,000 for a down payment. So this isn't a big part of our business because a lot of our business is the really 40, 45 and up. But we still do get some first-time home buyers. You had some a couple weeks ago, right?
Just recently I did.
Yeah.
I did. This is kind of, and I really think a lot of it is the cost of living. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Both people have to work in the household in this day and age. Yeah. And when, 20-year-olds were buying, it was just a whole different time. Everything's gone up except for pay. So, and home prices have even gone up. So it's just more exponential to, rent out or stay with mom. But it's, y'all need to leave home, by the way. Your mom called, she said, bye. But, that's just how it is nowadays. So everybody's different.
Yep. So I thought that was interesting. We go over that, but all right. So we got a great segment coming up here right now for all of those that are interested in the active adult here in the Charleston area. One of the most talked about 55 plus communities is Four Seasons at the Lakes of Cambay. And we've been getting a lot of questions from viewers just like you guys. What's happening there? Everything from when construction is restarting to what new home options will be available because they recently changed over all their plans. So tonight we're excited to bring on Adam Rector with Hovnanian. And let me see if I can bring him up here with us. There he is. Hey, Adam.
Hey, can you see me?
How's it going?
We can see
Good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. I heard you guys talking about the weather a little bit ago. I was you can actually see my pink cheeks because I was golfing yesterday.
Oh, where'd you go? What golf course?
We went to Berkeley Country Club, actually. That was the first time I played it. Yeah.
I was there Wednesday last week. Yeah. That was last week.
It was a little soggy because we played Monday and it rained Sunday night into Monday morning, but it was a decent course. We did play a couple of weeks ago. We went up to Santee. I love National. Santee. And talk about a good price on golf too. I mean, that's right. They won me over with the $48 for 18 holes in the cart.
So you played the National, the one to the left over the highway?
You know what? I went back roads and my buddy was driving, so I really wasn't paying attention. So I couldn't tell you where it was at. I just know it was about 45 minutes from the community. So or 40 minutes from the community.
So there's 3 golf courses right there.
Yeah.
There's the Santee National, and then there's Lake Marion, and then there's Santee, the other Santee, Santee Country Club, which is a gated community, and they have beautiful homes in there. Okay. And that's actually where my daughter's home course is for her high school team. They actually have to drive up there 3 or 4 times a week for practice and all that.
Nice. So, yeah. The one I played was Santee National, which was
okay.
Course. Yeah.
The one you don't have to break into or jump a wall.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, to start us off, a lot of people have been asking kind of what's happening right now in Four Seasons. Can you kind of give everybody an update on when we think construction might start again? Because there's been a little bit of a lag.
Yeah.
And, what should buyers expect,
Yeah. So, I've been with the company first off 15 years. This was a substantial land delay, and it definitely is not what we are in the business of doing. time is money in this business, and delays happen, but that is it's just not a good thing.
Yeah.
Without going into too much detail, because I am not a land developer, I'll give you the very, very basics. Essentially, we contract a land development company, and it's their job to develop the land, put in the utilities, get the streets ready, everything like that. Essentially, to dumb it down, is they put a pipe in the wrong spot, and we had to move that pipe. But it's not as easy as, you just move the pipe and now it's good to go. Like, you have to move it. You have to let it sit for 60 days for it to settle and whatnot. And then there's a lot of red tape with that, with county inspections and our own inspections, and a lot more stuff that's probably above my head that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
But that's why, because we should have had houses under construction, right now.
Yeah.
But so we did have a pretty substantial land delay. But I am unbelievably excited because we're finally going to get started. So we filed for building permits kind of in the middle of February.
Okay.
So that's like kind of the first domino to fall, because before applying for those, you can't do anything. So we've got to that point. So our best estimate would be the very, very end of March, early April for starts. Now that's going to be, the very first house starting. So, then we're going to continuously start them after that.
Sure.
But yeah, this has been a long time coming. And as soon as I see that first house start, it's going to be a lot of stress off my back, and whole company too, because, if the wheels stop, think about it, we pay a lot of construction managers, a lot of people, a lot of money. And when there's not stuff to work on, we got to go find them something else to do. So
maybe you won't have people with hatchets coming to your office and stuff. So usually permits take anywhere from 45 to 60 days. So end of March is what you're thinking. Is best case. And I'm assuming for all the people that already have contracts, you're going to try to start those first, so we can get those going and make them happy, right?
And that's what I've been doing, because we've had quite a few people in contract that's got delayed. So what I've been doing is just trying to give them all the updates I can, and it's and what the timing is. It's still not exact timing, and it won't be an exact timing even when the house is under construction, but we can give them a pretty good estimate.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, or to touch on what you said, yes, we should start the houses that are already in contract first. But just because we send out that building permit to the county doesn't mean we're going to get it back in the same order.
Right.
So we might apply for 10 permits, and 8 of them might come back immediately, and the other one takes another 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So then that's why I have to be careful how I explain this to customers, because that's not, we're going to start them as fast as we can, because the longer those houses take, the less money we make.
Right.
So it's in our best interest to get these going and under construction, especially for the customers too.
Right. Well, that's good. Yeah. And then you have a new product that's going to be starting in that phase. Will some of those start pretty soon? I'm going to pull up a little picture of that here. I think.
Villas. So that's our Spring Lake. It's a villa collection. So it's the first time that we have attached homes in this community. The best way I can explain it is just picture 2 single family homes. They're both 1,550 square feet. Put them together. Okay. They're both double framed. There's soundproofing and fire measures in there. And it's going to be a good price point. So those homes are you can see that we're starting at $374,900. We've got a couple contracts in. They've really sold all in. The bare minimum is you can get down around that 350 mark. 350 to 4 is kind of the sweet spot on those.
Okay.
We've got quite a few lots that are, we already have a lot of lots for sale. The biggest issue we've had is because those permits weren't done, we weren't able to build one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, most likely they'll probably start one of those villas so we can show them.
Okay.
That's going to help tremendously.
Is there only 2 per building, or is there more? Okay.
No, there's only 2 per building. Yeah. So it's not going to look like, I just thought of row homes in Philadelphia, but long stretch of home. It's just 2, 2 and 2, and there's gaps in between each 2.
And it has a pretty good layout too. So I pulled this real quick from y'all's website. I like how the primary suite is in the back. This has at least a little bit of a turn to it, so it's not like a bowling alley I've seen in many other of the villas. It's got a home office in it, which I was kind of surprised about that because of only the 1,550 square feet, and then a pretty big secondary room. Is that what you're hearing from clients, that they kind of like the layout?
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I've never even walked through one, but I've talked to a lot of my coworkers in other states that said that these have done wildly successful. So I'm pumped about it. I mean, I'm ready. I think you can hear my voice. I've been sitting on the sidelines a little too long, so I'm ready. I mean, not that I've been sitting on the sidelines. I've just been slower because a lot of our close dates were pushed out so far.
Sure.
A lot of our folks they don't want to wait, 8, 9, 10 months. So.
Yeah. And then, so I pulled up the map to this. So this is all of phase 9, right?
Correct. That's all phase 9.
And then phase 10 will keep on going down that road up there.
Yeah, there's about another 75 lots that will be coming after phase 9, which would be in phase 10.
Okay.
So the combination of both those, I believe it was 184 off the top of my head.
Okay.
And we'll have a mixture of single family and villas.
Okay.
If you hover over the ones on the left side, keep going to the left, not the villas, the single family. Yep. So if you keep running up that, go up, keep going. Yep. So that whole stretch, those are preserve lots right there. You can see all the red dots are the ones that we've sold, but yeah, keep going. Yep. So see those blue ones right there? We have some absolutely killer preserve lots that are for sale right now.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And those are going to be the single families.
Okay.
So we've got, if you look in the Compass collection, you'll see that we have the floor plans are called a Stanwyck, Taylor, or Kerr. So those are the 3 plans that we can build in that.
So when I was creating this slide today, I was like, I hope I'm doing it right here. So in the Compass, I have these 3, and then in the Beacon, these 3. Yep. And I kind of thought they were separated by square footage, but they're not. So what is the difference between the two?
It's just the width of the home. It's a few feet wider on the Compass. The Beacons are just a little bit more narrow. Not that they're like the shotgun houses that you were talking about earlier, but they are a little bit more narrow.
Okay.
You will notice that the Compass ones are going to be generally a little bit more expensive with the base prices. But the big difference is going to be the lot premiums, because the Compass lots right now we have are really, really nice. So you're going to see lot premiums in the $40,000 to $52,000 if you're on the preserve.
Okay.
Now on the other side, the Beacon ones, we have some other ones that they'll back up to maybe a little landscape berm, or they might back up to another house, but those will draw lesser premiums. Okay. So again, if you're more budget conscious, the Beacon would be probably a better fit. If you wanted an absolute killer lot, Compass would probably be a better fit.
And so anything with a square on it and the red dot means it's already sold.
Correct.
And then anything that has a square on it with one of these blue dots means that floor plan has already been picked for that lot, right?
Correct. Yes. That means it's permitted to be a spec home. Okay. And a lot of people are probably thinking, Adam, why the heck are you building spec homes? If you're delayed? Well, the reason we started this before we were delayed. So we already had all that work done. And, once we get those permits back, boom, we'll have some inventory homes for people that don't want to wait the full, 8 months or 7 months.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Robin, did you have a question?
Nope. Looks good. Okay.
One nice thing, guys, about this phase too, it is in the back of the neighborhood, which, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people are like, well, it's pretty far from the clubhouse. It's a 5-minute golf cart ride, but a lot of people like it because it's so darn quiet back there. I mean, it's like a whole other world back there. You're right next to the big main lake. So you can't, it's hard to see. Yep. So right where you're scrolling, that's the main lake right there.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys know, on the other side of the lake, the developer came out recently, about 6 months ago, is saying that he's going to be doing a marina with some retail stores, an amphitheater, I think, is going back there. So, once that gets done, eventually be able to cross the lake and go access that. So
that's great.
Something that people are excited about.
Yeah, nice.
And this will be an exit. There'll be another gate here, I'm assuming.
So yeah, well, that's what I'm speculating, Mark. So we don't have that exactly narrowed down right now.
Gotcha.
There will be a second entrance into the back of the neighborhood. So there will be an entrance back there. I just don't know exactly what that's going to look like. There will be a gate of some sort because it's a gated community. So it's not like we're just going to let people drive through. That would really upset some people that bought prior to. Yeah, we're not doing that.
And then, so all this yellow, these are all the villas, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So we just opened up a big stretch of them. So, they're ready to go.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We already have a question here from Loretta. She says, who maintains the outside of the villas, including the roof, and how much will the HOA be for these new homes? So will the HOA be different than a single family, or it will be the same?
Great question. Yeah, no, a lot of times it is. A lot of times when you're looking at townhome products, you don't actually own the land. A lot of times, the roof is taken care of, and like the siding. But here it's treated as a single family home. So your HOA is going to be exactly the same, and you maintain your own property. So if something happens to your siding, that's on you, and if something happens to the shingle, that would be on you also. Now, a lot of those products have their own manufacturer warranty, so a lot of times it's a non-issue. But yes, technically that is on you, the customer.
And they still get their grass cut just like everybody else.
Yep.
As part of and it's up to 325 now is the HOA, right?
Close, 327.
327. Okay.
Yeah. And one thing when you what you just mentioned, if you do fence the backyard, which you can do, just know that we will not come inside to cut the grass.
Right. Good point.
So you guys know.
And the fences you guys allow are still the aluminum wrought iron looking fence, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's a personal thing for me. This is off topic, but one thing that kind of drives me bonkers is when you drive into a neighborhood and you see like 14 different style fences all next to each other. It's just like, oh,
yeah.
That's just
me. Awesome. So what floor plans have clients been liking the most with the new floor plans? Obviously it depends on individuals, but have you seen like one that's been selected more than the other so far?
Yeah, definitely. And the Kerr is probably our number one seller right now. That's about 2,800, almost 2,800 square feet, 3-car tandem garage in there. The funny part is I don't even have one to show. We have, if you remember, the Killarney, which was our old floor plan, was very similar to that one. So I was able to, show an old Killarney, and that's very similar. Why I'm laughing is because, the Stanwyck is one of our model homes, but we actually sold more Kerrs, walking them through a different house than the Stanwyck.
That's funny.
Yeah. Because usually, all the neighborhoods I've ever opened up, usually, one of the models is usually the top seller. But in this case, it hasn't been so far.
Wow.
Maybe that'll change, but yeah, we'll see. And then the Taylor, for all of our folks that are possibly looking in the Bluffton area too, we just built a Taylor model home at one of our new communities called Hilton Head Lakes. It's in actually Hardyville, not Bluffton.
Yeah.
It's right across the street from the Margaritaville. So if anybody ever wanted to check it out there and build it in the Summerville location, they could.
Yeah,
Nice.
we can help you in that community too. We were actually down there and got a video of some of the new models. They weren't completely finished, but we'll have a video coming out on our Livin Carolina channel with that. And then once the models are finished, we're going to go back and get videos of all of those. So that might even help you too, Adam. You can use those to give to some of our clients and stuff.
Absolutely. And once we have, once April starts and we've got some homes under construction, we're just going to build. We're going to build spec homes also.
Yeah.
So the customers won't have to go anywhere else. They will have everything that they want to see right there in the neighborhood.
Nice.
And I can't wait.
So something a little bit different than the old models. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong here, this Kerr is 2 stories. It can't be built as a 1-story. It's only built as a 2-story.
Correct. Yeah. So, as you alluded to, prior to these floor plans, we'd have, like, for example, the Donegal was one of our floor plans. Any floor plan you could add a loft to, so you could have a Donegal or a Donegal loft. Now we're going to national floor plans. So like the Stanwyck is just a 1 level. There's no Stanwyck loft. Okay. And the Kerr is always going to have a loft. There's no Kerr without a loft.
Okay.
So it's either got it or doesn't.
Perfect.
And that's kind of a good transition. I wanted to maybe transition into the way we're selling these products now, because it's a lot different. So if any of you folks on the call, came in, a year plus before, we had a totally different process. It's a different process. I shouldn't say totally different.
No.
But it's a different process. So I'll kind of give you the layman's terms of that. So let's say the Kerr is your floor plan. We walk through a Kerr and you like the Kerr. So step 1 would be to go through pricing on it, right? So first thing you do is you pick the elevation. That's going to be if you want a front porch, how the front looks. Next thing, you'd pick the colors. Okay. After that, you would choose your structural options. Okay. Structural options would be like a fireplace or a screened-in patio. Okay. So at that point on our old process, you would write the contract. Okay. Based off of the structure of the house. Then you would go meet with our designer 30 days after that. At that point is when you usually spend, our average was anywhere from 30 to 80 grand in design options. You do an addendum, and that's how you get the total price. So nationally, we decided to change that process because we had a lot of folks that were just overwhelmed with choosing options. And quite frankly, a lot of people were, they wanted to see the savings. The cost needed to come down. It was getting out of hand. So we've simplified the process. We have designer curated packages, essentially. So we have, instead of, before you would go and you meet the designer and everything was a la carte. So you pick your countertop, your cabinets, your flooring, everything was a la carte. Now we have them already curated design packages, and there's 20 different combinations of those to choose from. Plus all the structural options and your a la carte options. Okay.
So it's not like you're not going to be not confused. You're still going to be confused.
Yeah, you still be confused. Yeah. You're funny. It's funny you said that. My last customer, 2 customers ago, actually, she left and I remember making the comment like, I'm still overwhelmed. And I was just like, well, be thankful that it's not the old process. Cause it's just not hard.
And these packages have been selected by like professional designers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like what you have Mark going in there and trying to put these things together because it would not look good. These are professional designers that are going to it's going to shine in your house for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, I sold it the other way for 14, 15 years. And, nothing made me feel worse than when a customer would come see their house for the first time and maybe they didn't like it, even though they chose those options. They just didn't think it looked good together because, you're choosing samples that are this big.
Right. Right.
Did that happen all the time? No, but it's a possibility. And one thing where I saw the real big benefit is just the overall cost. I'm a finance guy, and that's at first, when I found out that we were going to be changing this process, at first I was like, I don't know if I necessarily want that, because who likes change? Nobody. Right?
Nobody. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. But I was totally wrong. I mean, people love it. And our pricing has dropped, considerably since then.
Yeah.
Hey, Maureen.
So Maureen's on, and she says she selected the curse. She's so excited.
Yeah.
So we got to get Maureen's going first.
Adam, first one. Yep. She will be one of the first ones too.
Okay, good.
She's up in Michigan. Maureen and everybody else on the call. I'm, as everybody knows, I'm from Ohio. I get it. I feel bad for everybody. This year has been a rough one for the weather this year. We're up there getting pounded every, couple of weeks, it feels like. So I've been thinking about my northern folks.
All right. So with these new floor plans and estimates on, let's say you wanted to do one of the smaller ones, a Bernstein 2 with 1660 square feet. So the lots you said around 40-50 on the preserve, but less for that series homes, right? So what are we thinking on a lot? 20 grand?
Or even less. Yeah, I think we might, I don't know off the top of my head. I think we might have 1 or 2 0 premium lots right now.
Okay.
But all in pricing, like on a Bernstein, you're going to be in the mid 4s.
Mid 4s. Okay.
It could be low, it could be high. The Jenkins, which is the next one up from there, that's one of our model homes. I've sold quite a few of those. We're in the upper 4s, and we're talking decked out houses. Very few people are coming in and just choosing, a couple option or 2. Yeah, they're loading them up for the most part.
Yeah.
The Kerr, while we're on that just general pricing, because we've sold that the most on the preserve. Recently, I've sold them anywhere from about 620 to 630 is kind of the sweet spot. And most people that are buying those, because they're the most premium lots, they're decking them out too. So you get a really, really well appointed house in that 630 range.
Nice.
That's fantabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody can definitely still get in 4 seasons under 500.
Oh yeah.
Which they're
even under 400 if you do the villas now. So, which we've never said. Like I've been here for 5 years and we've never been able to go under 4.
I've never heard it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Tracy says yes. South Carolina is way better than Michigan all the way around. They bought over in Tidewater, so they're super close.
Nice.
What part of Michigan? I was just curious.
I forget.
Okay.
Mike, Tracy, what part of Michigan are you guys in? Or were you in, I should say. Heidi, I'll get back to your question here shortly about Horizons. Okay, I hit all the questions. And so no additional amenities with these two new phases.
No.
But like you said, it's only a 5-minute golf cart ride up to the $17.5 million amenity center with everything in it. And actually, it's one of the only ones with a billiards room too, right? You guys have a lot of people doing billiards and stuff.
Yeah, we do. Grandkids pools, another thing that really sets us apart, because a lot of builders, if there's only one pool, they can only swim from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right.
But here, you've got the grandkids.
Yeah. Tracy says Ann Arbor, near Ann Arbor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave my comments to myself about Ann Arbor. Just kidding.
She's trying to leave there too, I mean,
it's just a friendly Ohio State, Michigan reference. If anybody didn't get that.
All right, good. So what else? So phase 10 probably won't start for another 6 to 8 months, I'm assuming.
Mike, I'm not even thinking about phase 10. I'm 100% focused on phase 9. Yes, that's and I know we are going to bring in at least another builder, an extra construction manager, not builder.
Oh, good.
And because we need to play a little catch up.
Tracy says, "Don't get me started on Ann Arbor."
Me too.
Awesome. All right, keep those questions coming, you guys, of Four Seasons. So even though, I think you told me that this community was going to be a golf course, and we talked a little bit about golf when you first came on. You don't have a golf course there in the community, but there's still tons of people that have, and go and golf 2 days a week or 3 days a week.
Yep.
So there's always a group that you could find to go golfing with, even if you came here all by yourself alone, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was actually taking customers through the clubhouse. I can't remember what day it was, a couple of weeks ago. And they had it was an after golf event at the clubhouse. They were just a bunch of people just sitting outside. I mean, they're grilling out and, having a beer. And the customers that I was with just stopped and started talking to them. And, they just got done with their golf outing. So yeah, it's awesome. And there's something for pretty much anything. I mean, there's a painting club. I mean, that's one of the best parts about the neighborhood is it's been around. It's been around for 9 years, so everything's established.
Right.
You're not starting new clubs and going through all those bumps and bruises. It's already there for you.
So one of my favorite events is the lip syncing that they have. And it's it goes 2 or 3 nights, if I remember.
3 nights, correctly. Yeah, it's 3 nights now. Yeah, so I stopped by the clubhouse. It was on a Saturday. I think it was 2 Saturdays ago, and they had the signups going for it. And you're right, Mark. That is definitely one of the more popular events. I haven't actually seen it. I've seen some clips of it, but maybe I should stop by and meet everybody. No, I'd be too embarrassed to do it.
Let people know kind of what some of the other events are that they have, like New Year's Eve, and I think you guys have bands there sometimes.
So there's an amphitheater in the clubhouse where they not in the clubhouse, outside the clubhouse that goes down to the water. Sometimes they'll have bands that'll come in, set up there and play. Inside the clubhouse, there's a huge ballroom where they'll put on informational stuff. Or they'll put on comedy shows, or they'll do the lip sync thing. I know there was a slumber party last year. I think it was a women's slumber party. Yeah. The women were talking about it a bunch. I was kind of okay.
Wow.
What else is there? There's a club for pretty much any sport, and there's pickleball following. They do fishing tournaments. That's kind of cool. I'm a fisherman, so I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Kayaking groups, because you can boat and you can go kayaking in these waters because it's just no gas powered boats, electric powered only.
Nice.
And somebody has a electric powered pontoon boat out there, don't they?
Yeah. It's that red one I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. John Bird said, "Why is the lake fenced off?"
Yeah, good question. So if you can you pull that map back up, Mark? Do you have that still or no? Okay.
It signed me out. Hang on.
It's okay.
That's on me. Okay, here it comes. Come on. All right, here we go.
Thanks, sir. Can you maybe hover over the villas when you get there? Perfect. Yeah. So see that row, the fence that he's referring to is going to go all the way up. Okay, from right where you're starting all the way to the top. Yep. So the reason why is because there is future, right where it says future development. We don't own that land. Okay, so that's the developer's land. What is he going to do with that? We don't know. Well, we don't know at this point. Okay? Yeah. So the fence is going to back up to those properties. Okay. And that is all future development land. We know that there's going to be a road back there somewhere. So we're just putting up the fence because think about it. If I sell any of those villas and somebody lives in a villa for 5 years, let's say, because you can see the lake from the back of that. If that fence wasn't there, you'd be able to see the lake.
Right. It's right here.
But if I sell those houses and they're watching the lake for 5 years, and then one day the developer comes in and puts a, $3 million, whatever, expensive house on that lake and blocks their view, they're going to be upset. So, it's, in my opinion, it sets the best expectation by having that separation. Yeah. Because people won't, if they can't see the lake when they buy, then, they're not going to assume that was the case.
Yeah. Their expectations are set properly. That makes sense.
Yeah. And that's literally job number one in my job description is just telling people, the way it is and setting proper expectations.
And that's what I love about you guys. Like all the people that we have relationships with in these new builds, they do work for the builder, but they are always looking out to help us get the best interests of our clients.
Yep.
You guys have never been, snaky or sneaky and trying to, say something and then do something totally different. So I know we appreciate that as agents to make.
And I'll say, the customers come in and meet with me. Most of them have gone to Lennar, they've gone to Del Webb, and I'll say most of those agents are awesome too. Like nobody's really talking bad about the other builder because there's so many good options here. I mean, I recommend most of my customers to go look at the competition. I also recommend most of them to look at the resales too, because you never know how good of a deal you got until you see what the other side of the coin is.
Right.
So, in our position, it's never good business to talk bad about another builder or badmouth anything, because it just makes you look kind of silly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up a picture for Heidi. Yeah. All right. So we got a couple more comments here. Enjoy working with Adam and so happy we found Mark, Jeff, and Dane. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you, Maureen.
Awesome. Talisha said we appreciate that. Yes, for sure.
Talisha is so sweet, by the way. I had a little issue with my eye. I had to go to the doctor, and I talked to her about it one day. I was honestly a little bit shook up about it, and she has texted me just to check on me a couple weeks in a row. Like I had to cancel my doctor's appointment a week ago, and she sent me a text today because I just thought that was so nice. So she's good people.
She's our team mama. Robin and Talisha are our team mamas and always make sure everybody's good. So
I love my team.
She's going to follow up with you for sure.
She made my day. So thanks, Talisha.
Oh, we love her.
Yeah.
All right. So Heidi was asking about Horizon Summers Corner. We are beyond excited to see some pictures or drone footage. So this supposedly is going to open in May. And Heidi, make sure you're following our Facebook page because we just put this on the Facebook page the other day. So here is, let me take your comment down so you can see it better. Here is the new amenity center for Summers Corner Horizons. And I love how blue that water is. Yeah. It almost looks as blue as the one at Four Seasons, but not quite as good.
Not as nice.
Yeah. So I think the indoor pool is over here. This is like a dining pool. We tried to get inside to get some sneak peek video, and they were like, absolutely not. If you go in there, you're doomed forever. So, the pool's looking good. I like the palm trees right in the middle.
Nice.
They're going to have a little food truck alley over here. Over here to the far right, I think is their bocce courts. And then you can kind of see the start of their pickleball courts and everything over here.
I know Rose and Joe are going to be excited.
Yes. So yes, Heidi, we're hearing May. I don't know if that's the beginning or end of May, and of course it could roll into June. You know how construction is.
Yes.
But wanted to share that with you. Yeah, super nice.
Yeah, nice.
All right, cool. All right, so that brings us to the end of our hour. We really appreciate you joining, Adam, and kind of giving us an idea of where we are with the community now. So at this point, if people, I mean, you've been doing it all along, but especially now, we could start bringing clients in and building from the ground up, and it would start a little bit more sooner than what we've seen.
Yeah. I mean, our projected close dates, if you wrote a contract today, you'd most likely, I'm going to project November close dates.
Okay.
As of
so
right now.
Still this year. That's good.
Yep.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
And I'll give you guys we'll check back into once we break ground, maybe we'll come back on and do another update.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And hopefully by then we'll have a little bit of video of some of the ones being built, and we'll get some new drone and stuff. So we can play that while you're on and all of that. So that'll be good.
Sweet.
All right, Robin, any final words before we head out?
No, nothing here. You guys just have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful weather, but remember to take your meds because it's still green and pollen. So
yes,
yeah.
for sure. Adam, thanks again, everybody. There'll be a QR code here at the end during this video. If you'd love to book a Zoom call with us, we'd love to do that with you. Answer any questions that you have, and then or just email or text us. All that contact information is down below in the YouTube description as well. Till next Tuesday, we'll see you later. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.